This is a case that helped start the CIA's own Me Too movement. Back in July of 2022, a former CIA officer accused a colleague of sexual assault at the agency's headquarters. Her claims, though, along with dozens of others, led to a sweeping investigation by Congress that found the CIA failed to handle allegations of sexual assault and harassment. Now, with that trial set to begin, the alleged victim revealed her identity for the very first time. Speaking with our Weijia Jiang.
All right, sit.
37-year-old Rachel Cuda said working at the CIA was a dream career until the summer of 2022, when she went for a walk at work with a close colleague who she says attacked her in a stairwell.
I felt this scarf come over my head. I turned around and my attacker said, "This is what I want to do to you." Started to tighten it and then tried to lean in to kiss me. I pushed him off of me, told him to stop.
What was going through your mind?
I didn't know what had just happened. No one had ever tried to touch me at work.
Cuda said she tried to report what happened to her immediate supervisor and then to multiple other CIA offices, but says she discovered there was no formal process in place to handle claims of sexual misconduct.
I was in the dark about how my case was being handled. I was not given appropriate updates on what was being done to keep me safe.
Cuda says CIA officials warned her that going to the police would violate the confidentiality agreements she made as an agency employee.
I was very adamant. I want to go to law enforcement, but I also want to keep my career. There was no pathway to do that.
When a series of internal investigations cleared her attacker of any wrongdoing, she turned outside of the CIA, filing a police report and seeking a protective order. She also shared her story with Congress, testifying behind closed doors to the House Intelligence Committee.
How would you describe the culture within the CIA as it relates to sexual misconduct?
From speaking to survivors, there has been a consistent culture of you don't speak up about it. You let it go.
In total, 26 whistleblowers, including Cuda, spoke to the committee as part of a sweeping investigation into the CIA. The results found that the agency failed to handle allegations of sexual assault and harassment. Last December, Congress passed legislation requiring the agency to create new policies and trainings for hearing cases of sexual assault and harassment, provide a special victims investigator for every case, and allow victims to report confidentially.
We are seeing more people come forward, and we are encouraging people to come forward.
CIA spokesperson Tammy Thorpe acknowledges that prior to the changes, the reporting process was confusing.
The whistleblowers described a longstanding culture within the CIA of being encouraged not to go to law enforcement because, frankly, it may blow somebody's cover. Did that exist?
It's an absolutely fair concern. The nature of our work does require many officers to be undercover. I will say that one of the major steps that we've taken has been to tell people they can go to law enforcement.
Cuda says she thinks reporting her allegations outside the CIA led to her firing last year. The agency denies it retaliated against her. She says she's still hearing from victims who say they don't feel safe reporting their cases to CIA officials.
There are still core tenets that we are missing for survivors at CIA.
What is your message to those employees if they do, in fact, feel like not enough has changed?
My message is, please come forward and share your concerns. We understand that we have more work to do.
County prosecutors in Virginia ultimately charged Cuda's alleged attacker with misdemeanor battery, not sexual assault. A recent legal filing by his attorney argued he had been falsely accused, that he had gently draped that scarf over Cuda in a lighthearted joke and had no intention of harming her. Jury selection begins today, and Cuda told us she plans to testify. Gayle.
Lighthearted joke, not funny. You shouldn't have to decide, Weijia, between going to law enforcement and keeping your job. Thank you so much for bringing us this story. Really appreciate that.